Morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I made, like I told you in an earlier video, that I am going to try making biscuits with homemade baking powder. The only difference is that this homemade baking powder that I made does not have aluminum in them. Now, we're in a catch-22 when it comes to this, all right? Because baking powder is literally made with cornstarch, baking soda, and cream of tartar. Now, cream of tartar is a byproduct of wine making, so that's natural. Cornstarch comes directly from the corn, so we're not losing anything there. Now, baking soda is a salt that comes from the ground, but there's a problem with baking soda. Now, remember, their baking soda has aluminum and baking soda, cornstarch, and cream of tartar, and it's got all of those. But the one I make is missing the aluminum, because they don't know what aluminum does to the body, or how fast it comes out of the body, or anything else, or a little bit if it stays in there. So I went and made this. I tried to make muffins with it, but I'm going to have to practice with biscuits first. Now, baking soda, when you have it, it interferes with 2B vitamins. But you don't have baking soda every day, and if you eat healthy, you'll get those vitamins in other foods and stuff. So we're not really too much in trouble with it, but this is why I call it a catch-22. Because if you eat biscuits all the time and you get a lot of baking soda in your system, it will interfere with the 2B vitamins. But if you don't have it too much, and you don't have it at every meal, then your body can compensate if your other meals are complete. But remember, I don't know what the aluminum does to the body, but I know it's just a matter of time, because they're adding so much stuff to our food. So I am going to try to make butter biscuits this morning, and we're going to use this and see how this acts. And I already tried it with muffins. Believe you me, I need practice, okay? So let me get the other things that I need, and then we will move forward from this, and we'll see how these things come out. Okay, we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I am not adding anything nutritional to this. I just want to make regular biscuits, but use this baking powder and see what we can come up with it, and see how it responds accordingly. Or if it doesn't respond accordingly, we will know. I'm going to have to start buying some cake flour to keep that on hand as well, so I can make my own all-purpose flour if I run out of it. Okay, there's your 2 cups. I'm actually going to use the exact measurements and just see what we can come up with. Where did I put this? Okay. We need 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. I don't know what I'm going to have with this. This is an experiment. This is when I get into the kitchen and I start playing around and seeing how people did it at one time. So that's 3. Turn the oven on 450. Okay. I'm going to mix these up. We're going to need 6 tablespoons of butter. Whoa. And what we're looking for is the lift and how this will come out. Will the biscuits be heavy or will they be light? These are questions that we're going to have to ask and study and see how it works. This is what people do. I just think butter biscuits would be nice. That wasn't quite one. So I'll add a little more. Okay. We're treating it just like any other biscuit recipe. So we're using butter this time, and we're using homemade baking powder. If this works, I'm going to go to a simple muffin and see what we could do. Because baking powder, the aluminum in baking powder is to retard the baking soda in it till heat hits it. That's why you get the lift in the oven and you don't get it here. If you add baking soda, you get the lift here right away, but as soon as you add the liquid. You need 2/3 of a cup of milk. Now I assume that as soon as I add this milk, it's going to start lifting. So I don't want to work it down like crazy to flatten it out. I just want to work it enough to get it mixed, because remember, baking soda reacts to liquids right away. So we should be getting a lift on this almost immediately. And as we handle it, when we put it out on the counter or the work area, we should see the difference right away. So if this works, we can get away from that. Another thing that hurts the body and move forward. This is probably why sometimes we lose our chain of thought. When they say it's old people, when it's actually, it's what's in the food and what they're feeding us which is causing it. Because if you think Moses lived about 900 years, he had to have his faculties. I don't think he went into a nursing home at 60 or 50 and spent the latter part of his life. You see what I mean? Or anything else. Now when we handle it, that's when we're going to really feel it, I think. The government has interfered so much with our food, and they keep on interfering with it. They're giving us all a problem with our health. We'd actually say our governments are actually the problems. Allowing these businesses to do what they're doing is hurting us as people. Keep us stupid, keep us unhealthy, and you control the people. You can feel it picking up right away. We'll see how these come out. Let's see, I want to make cakes. I got stuff to decorate because I'm a miserable froster, you know, but I want to try it. again, now that the equipment is better than what we used in our day. Oh, we're going to have to pat these out again. Handle it gently, because it is trying to rise. Taste them and see how they come out. Okay, so we got 11 of them. We'll see how they come out. We just have to wait till the oven gets up there and then you put them in. Now, if you really want to get a lift, stick those in the refrigerator till that hits 450. Then put them in. You want to talk about an explosion going, whew! It's really good. So if this works, I'll try a couple more biscuits and then I'll try again on muffins, but I'll be using very simple muffins to make sure before it gets more complicated. So once the oven goes there, we're cooking them 10 to 12 minutes, and then we'll try them and see if they have good flavor and they've got the lift that we're looking for. Because if we can get away from the aluminum, yay! You know? So I'll see you then. Okay, I've got them right down here. I just took them out of the oven. We'll test them and see how they are. Here's one of them. Here's the bottom. And here's the inside of them. Now here comes the test. They're very, very hot. Remember, these are butter biscuits. They rose quite easily. They're not as high. I have to be honest with you. They're a little lower than what we normally get, just a little, but not enough to complain about. And they have excellent flavor. So I got past one as I graduate through using this homemade baking powder. Take care and enjoy your day.